Hello, magical peeps. So I am elated for this sponsor. Jodi with Midwest Witchery and Healing in Stillwater is joining us for our wonderful interview. And you opened your store just a few years ago, I think, and you have already become one of the most beloved metaphysical stores and pagan stores in the Twin Cities. And so that's got to be one, amazing and a lot of hard work, but it's also a sign of how much you're committed to the community. So welcome. Thank you so much for committing to the Samhain Symposium. To be a platinum sponsor, to give the most amount of money to the community is incredibly generous. Please tell everyone who's watching a little bit about you and the fabulous shop that you have.
Well, hello, Lily, and thank you so very much. I'm Jodi, and I own Midwest Witchery and Healing down in Stillwater, Minnesota. I got into the pagan community many, many years ago. I've been a practicing witch over 45 years. I am an RN, so I know the whole, homeopathic and pathway that way. She's my Reverend Mother, Lori Cabot out of Salem, the official witch of Salem. I had that honor to study under her in 2016 and became a second degree Cabot witch. So I like to throw out there, I'm technically a Salem witch here in town. But anyway, she told me, she goes, "You're going to do this." Well, it was a dream of 20 years. And I was like, nah, it's not going to happen. I'm a nurse. Why would I give that up? And she kept poking at me. And then the pandemic hit, and I was going to go out to New York, and I was going to actually go get into the hump of it. And she told me, "No, you don't want to do this." Because before it even hit, we were talking about this in January. It didn't hit us yet.
Yeah.
And so she said, "Jodi, I see you in a body bag in the back of a semi." And I go, what? So we didn't even know that kind of capability could happen yet. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to go. And she goes, "Why don't you have your witch store open yet?" And I'm like, okay. So I started looking into it. I had that time, that downtime, and I wanted to be something more. I've been teaching at Paganicon for many years. I've taught locally around the Twin Cities about herbalism and witchcraft. And I wanted to expand and give a place that I didn't have when I was a child. Because when I was growing up in the 70s and early 80s, we didn't have internet. We didn't have all this stuff. And my little town in Richmond just didn't have a place. I mean, there was one book, and it was about witchcraft, and it was about devil worship. And we all know that that's not what it is. So I had to wait until I was 16 to find something. And I didn't want that for people today. So I started going down the road, and I worked with a business planner. I started in summer of 21, and then it was, "You need to rent a place." I'm like, what? So I rented a place, and I opened the doors on the 28th of April of 2022 in the midst of my mother very sick with cancer at the time. In fact, Lily knows that I lost her last summer, and I've never looked back. And it's been fabulous because my pagan community is my soul. It's my family. And I bet Lily knows this, but for those of you out there that don't, do you guys realize that Minneapolis, St. Paul is the third largest pagan community in the United States behind Salem and New Orleans? We actually beat out San Fran and the upper West Coast. So
Yeah.
big. So, and we have great people. There's so many different ways with paganism. You can be a witch, you can be Norse, you can be Celtic, you can be eclectic, you can be a coven, you can be solitary. And I mean, it's great. And there's so many of us. So when I opened this, my dream was to give people a place of refuge. Come and learn. People walk in and ask me questions all the time. I don't charge them for that. Just asking a question. Seriously? You want in depth? Oh yeah, you can have tea time with Jodi, and we can sit down privately for an hour, and we're going to talk about anything you want. We offer classes here, as Lily knows. She has taught here. She has read here. It was just it, and it's been wonderful. It's been such a beautiful thing. And I wanted to sponsor for the symposium because we as a pagan community, to get together with our own likeness, so many of us are so closeted. And not only that, but they have this sense of my family won't understand, or I can't be open about who I truly am or how I feel. And having that sense of community with this Samhain Symposium, to get together and to really be able to hang out, hear classes, go and get products that our culture is creating here locally. I mean, my goodness sakes, what a treat. So of course I want to be a part of that. I want to sponsor that. I want to be a part of that so that we can help those find their paths. That's so important to me.
Yeah, and the Samhain Symposium is on October 28th at the Crown Plaza in Plymouth. And Midwest Witchery and Healing is a platinum sponsor. They are giving the most amount of money to the community. But something else that you're doing at the Samhain Symposium is teaching. So when I sent out the like, hey, do you guys want to teach, and then everyone clicks the link and fills out the form and stuff. This was my honest thing, and the jury agreed. So it's jury selected. And we said, oh my God, we love this, but is it too edgy? Is it too extreme for our community? And we actually had to sit with it and realize that we need to have the faith in our community that which Jodi does. We need to have that. And so having this amazing herb class, can you talk a little bit about that? Because it is edgy. It is edgy.
It's edgy. It's edgy. I'm going to teach you about poisonous herbs. Now, I didn't tell you anything. It's fun about it is I'm talking about poisonous herbs, not to harm people. I'm talking to you about the history behind it and teaching you how, even though that these are poison herbs, they're actually used medicinally and in a good way. And if you are educated with it, you can do this. But not only that, but it's used magically. So many things are considered poisonous to take, but you can use it for positive purposes in your magical practices. And that is what I'm focusing on. So it is a little bit edgy, but it's fun. I actually did this at Pagan Pride this last year. Or not Pagan Pride, Paganicon. And I had a very good review from Christopher Penzak, who came and listened in, and he was like, well, look at you. So that was like kind of heartfelt because he's a brethren through the Cabot. But no, I'm super excited to teach that. We teach many courses here, like I was saying earlier. I mean, from beginning witchcraft to herbalism to psychic abilities. We have Diette Renee, who comes in a couple of times a year, teaching that, opening yourself to become a medium, classes, and kind of letting you dip your toes in. But we've got such wonderful people in our community, and so many people. If you haven't seen me out on social media, I'll do these little quick witch tips of the day here and there and different things. But I'm like, one of them was, so is that me that I'm hearing myself talk? Is it a spirit guide? Is it a deceased relative? Or am I just crazy? And it's like, no, you're not crazy, honey. You're hearing your higher self. You are hearing maybe your spirit guide. You are tuning into something. And, we talk about that and how you can decipher mundane, just like, oh, you got to pay your phone bill, to, hey, you might want to turn left instead of taking a right to go home today, and why you're getting that information. We go in depth, and, we all have it.
Yeah,
It's just utilize it.
Intuition. We all have this innate ability. And in our community is so diverse. And that's what the Samhain Symposium on the October 28th is all about. It's about diversity. And one of the things that I love about you being a sponsor, it's that even if you're not a member of a certain community, like you are pagan, but like you are always welcoming to queer, you're always welcoming to people of color, you are always welcoming to neurodivergent. You have this amazing openness where it's like, if you come with respect, you come. But if you don't come with respect, we will yeet you off our community so quickly. But the Samhain Symposium, that's what it's all about, is openness and diversity. And that's something that you've always advocated for, whether it was yours or not. Like you were never like, well, that's like, you've never said, I'm not queer and therefore I can't have that in my life. You've always gone, I'm not queer, who wants to sit next to me? You've always been like, the table is always open. Your shop is always open to every walk of life. And I mean,
it always will be, because we are all human beings. It does not matter to me if if you feel you're a male, a female, a dog, a dragon, a fairy. I don't care what you relate as. You are this beautiful soul in front of me, and you're telling me about yourself. And you know what? I'm here to listen, because if I don't understand, or if I'm not educated in it, educate me. I'm
Yeah.
all about, I learn something new every day because I am a old school nurse. So I
Yeah.
learn something every day.
I
And
love
I love just what we experience as human beings. And no matter what a person relates to, it
Mhm.
doesn't matter to me because I want to be here of a loving, supporting community. We're here to take care of one another on this earth. We're
Yeah.
not here to fight. We're not here to fight. I can't stress how important it is that we need to elevate each other up and take care of one another because one day things aren't going to be around for us, whether I pray it's not in my lifetime or, meditate that it's not in my lifetime. But one day the earth is going to lose its water, or we're going to lose the crops, or whatever it is that we're going to lose. We need to be there to help each other learn the right way to take care of ourselves. And we have to rely on Mother Earth for a lot of this too. And
Yeah.
people are losing sight of that. And
And
it's sad.
that's, but that's what the Sound Symposium is. That
Yes.
you are, it's community. We are community. So I have one more question.
Yes.
So Sound Symposium, October 28th. We want everyone to come as long as you're open and respectful. If you're prejudiced, this is not the event for you. If you are full of hate, we are not the witch bitches for you.
They're not.
We are not. However, so the Samhain Symposium, this is its second year, and you're a platinum sponsor. You're going to be there. You're going to be representing Midwest Witchery and Healing. You're going to be fabulous as always. What
Yes.
are you looking forward to most about the Samhain Symposium on October 28th?
Going out and just meeting people. If I haven't met you before and you see me, please come up and say hi, introduce yourself, meeting new people and just loving life. But we've got great presenters. We've got great vendors there. I mean, I'm so super, super excited to go and see people, meet people that, and to be quite frank with you, there's a lot of my friends there. So I get to go hang out with some of my friends. But it's great because when we can gather, sometimes we don't see each other except for once or twice a year at these events. So to be able to do this, and it's the weekend of Samhain because Samhain is on Tuesday. And
Yep.
so to have it that weekend before is great. And if you get bored that night, Lily, can I throw a little promo out there?
Sure.
Okay. So if you get bored that night on the 28th, after the symposium is over, come on over to Stillwater. We're having a seance with some mediums. You're going to have a good time.
I love
We'll
it.
be
Love
tickets in
it.
advance. Yeah. So
That's
we take
wonderful.
it to the next level. But that's the thing. With the Selling Symposium, you guys, you can't go wrong. Come out, be a part of the festival. Meet, if you're new to this, come and meet the most beautiful souls you're ever going to meet and the most welcoming, loving people you're ever going to meet. It is so much fun. And I'm
And if you're
so
not new to this,
honored.
there's all your friends there. There's all your family there. And I always tell people, I'm like, if you are new, we are friendly. If you are old, we are welcoming. Like we are so, you'll see us and when we greet each other, it can be, I feel like some people get overwhelmed when we greet each other because we're so intense with our connections. They're like, oh, they're not gonna. Yes, we will. We will be that way with you too, baby. We say hi once, we will scream at you from across a parking lot. You're the most beautiful wheelchair ever seen. Strike a pose. It's so amazingly welcoming.
Yes, I want one too, right?
Yes, we do that. And so when people are new, they're like, oh, it must be really clicky because you guys are so intense with each other. Oh no, honey. No. You meet us once or twice. You're in. You're in.
You're in. And it's for life. It's not just a weekend. This is a foundation that you're building for life with these wonderful people in this community. And there's so many of us. I mean, the walks of life that come to a Samhain Symposium, you guys, seriously, come be a part of our family because that's what we are as a family. And we take everybody as long as you're respectful. You have to be respectful. But
That's our
we
bar.
take everybody. Yeah, that's our bar. We have the respect for one another, and we should all have respect for one another. It comes down to
Absolutely. So, Witch Jodi with the fabulous Midwest Witchery and Healing in Stillwater that is expanding to include a center and classes. And even
Yes.
I saw recently online, you'll be offering Reiki training soon. Oh my God,
Yes.
that is fabulous.
Coming up. It's coming up. So depending on when this is airing, it starts the 19th. And the Reiki Master Jess is fantastic. You're getting an in-depth course, like a real in-depth course. And it's 3 different nights. It's intense. We do it in the evening, 6:30 until 9:30, because we're doing it so you can go to work.
Yes.
And then you can come and learn. And then we're going to send you on your way so that you can practice. And then you can come back for Reiki 2 in a few months. And then after you get your hours, and then you'll be able to go on for your master class. I hold this serious. This isn't a fly by night. Hey, you're going to get Reiki 1, 2 in a 1-day thing. Because being a nurse, I went through the Nursing Association for mine, and you guys, it was like $4,700 for me to do it. So you're getting a seal to go through this way, but we are taking it to the nursing board actual, level. So you're going to get one hell of an education from Jessica. She's fantastic. Y'all know her. She's known as the Mystic Geek. She's fantastic. And she's going to, I believe, be at Symposium too.
Yes, she is also a platinum sponsor. So thank you so much, Jodi with Midwestern Witchery, for being a platinum sponsor, for wanting to be a part of the Samhain Symposium on October 28th at the Crown Plaza in Plymouth. Please get your tickets in advance. Remember that the lunch and psychic gallery are included, which is unheard of for these events, but we are all about inclusivity in every way. We want this to be as easy as possible and accessible as possible for people. Thank you for joining me today, and we look forward to seeing you teach.
And don't forget to keep watching, because Midwest Witchery Healing Center is opening as of October 1st. The classes will still be going on, but man, we've got so much coming for you guys this winter. Oh my gosh, and online classes too. So keep an eye open. And Lily, love you, love you, love you. Can't wait to hang out with you.
It's going to be fabulous. All right, everyone, have a great day. Make sure to sign up for the Samhain